Hi everybody, I'm Officer Potak.
And I'm Officer Best. Today, we're at the Catasauqua Public Library, which is located at 3rd and Bridge Street. Some of you may or may not have known that the borough even had a library. Well, it does, and it's a really good one. So when all this blows over and Governor Wolf's stay-at-home order is rescinded and you're able to get out, come visit us at the Catasauqua Public Library.
Today we'll be reading Henry and Mudge and the Wild Wind. And it's very windy today, so this is a great book. Henry and Henry's big dog Mudge were playing outside one hot summer day. Suddenly, the wind blew so hard that it blew Henry's hat away.
It's kind of like a day like today because it's very windy.
Wow, said Henry, some wind! Whoosh! Mudge's fur rippled, his ears flapped, his eyes got all wet. Must be a thunderstorm coming, said Henry. Uh-oh. Henry didn't like thunderstorms. They made him jumpy. But they made Mudge even jumpier.
Do you people get scared of thunderstorms? Sometimes they make me a little bit jumpy, especially at night when I'm sleeping.
Every time a storm came, Mudge did strange things. He whined. He walked around the kitchen table 100 times. He sat in the bathroom alone. He put his head between the couch cushions. The only jumpy thing Henry did was whistle a lot. Lightning would crash and thunder would boom and Henry would whistle. He whistled Jingle Bells. He whistled Happy Birthday. He even whistled the Star-Spangled Banner, but not very good. Henry knew what to do when the wind started. "Come on, Mudge," he said, as he headed for the house. All at once, the wind blew the screen door open. Crash! Whistling and whining like crazy, Henry and Mudge ran inside. The sky turned very dark. Henry's mother turned on the lights. Henry's father shut all the windows. Henry and Mudge sat on the couch waiting. Slap! Swoosh! The rain began. Then pow went the lightning. Boom went the thunder. Mudge went and sat in the bathroom. "Mudge!" called Henry. Mudge wouldn't come back. "Chicken," Henry grumbled. He started whistling Jingle Bells. But he missed Mudge. Henry went to the bathroom door. He looked at Mudge. Mudge looked at him. Pow went the lightning. "Come on, Mudge," said Henry. "Let's go in the kitchen." Mudge wagged his tail a little. He followed Henry into the kitchen. Henry's mother and Henry's father were having cups of tea at the table. Boom! Mudge began to walk around the table in a circle. Henry began to whistle.
Quite a storm.
"Want some cocoa?" Henry's mother asked. "Sure," said Henry. Pow went the lightning. Henry whistled the Star-Spangled Banner, while Mudge went around the table for the 10th time. Henry's father and Henry's mother just looked at each other. Pow! The lights went out. "Uh-oh," said Henry's father. Henry switched to Happy Birthday, and Mudge went to the living room to put his head in the couch. Henry's mother brought out some candles. Henry started the 5th round of Happy Birthday. "Wait, wait," said Henry's father. "Maybe you could stop whistling," he said to Henry, "and play a game." Boom went the thunder. "What kind of game?" Henry asked. Let's see," said Henry's father, trying to think fast. "How about crawling through the enemy lines game?" he said.
That sounds like an interesting game.
"Mudge is a prisoner in the enemy camp," Henry's father whispered. "It's your job to rescue him." Henry looked in the living room. Mudge still had his head in the couch. "Uh-huh," said Henry. Pow! "Hear that enemy fire?" Henry's father said. Boom! "And that canyon?" Henry's father's eyes were big. Henry nodded. He was ready to cross enemy lines. He was ready to free Mudge from the enemy couch.
Sounds like Henry's going to be a hero.
"Don't forget to take a flashlight," Henry's father said. "And watch out for the scorpions." Henry grabbed the light and dropped to the floor. He crawled inch by inch across the kitchen. Pow! Boom! He crawled inch by inch across the enemy dining room. Boom! Pow! He crawled right into the enemy camp. There, his best friend Mudge, a bravely waiting prisoner with his head in the enemy couch. "Mudge," Henry whispered. His brave friend lifted an ear. "Mudge," Henry whispered louder. His brave friend wagged a tail. "Come on, Mudge." Henry crawled over and pulled his brave friend's collar. "You're free now," Henry said.
Yes, a hero.
Mudge sniffed the air of freedom. Mudge sniffed the socks of his rescuer. Pow! Boom! Mudge sniffed a fast track to the bathroom. Henry frowned. He had hoped Mudge would stay. "At least you missed the scorpions," Henry's father said. Henry grinned a little. "And at least you were there to find Mudge if he needed him," Henry's father said. "Right," Henry laughed. For the rest of the storm, Henry sat at the kitchen table with his parents. They played cards by candlelight. Soon there were only little pows and tiny booms. There weren't any. The lights came back on, the sky cleared, and Mudge came out of the bathroom, wagging as if he had been to a cracker factory. Henry and Mudge went back outside. They sniffed the air. They felt the wet leaves. Did you ever go outside after a rainstorm and smell the air?
It smells clean.
And like that, and like it was a painting, a great giant rainbow rose up and spread its beautiful colors right above their heads. I know a lot of people in town are drawing rainbows with the chalk, so there's a lot of pretty rainbows out there for people to see when they're out for their walk. And that is Henry and Mudge and the Wild Wind.
That was a great book, Officer Potak, and I'll tell you why. Because we're facing a storm right now. So we all have to be together, just like Henry and Mudge and his mom and dad. Mm-hmm. We're all stuck in our homes, weathering the storm. But eventually, this storm will pass, just like Henry and Mudge's storm passed. And we'll all be able to get back out again and get back into school, back into our jobs, and back into our lives. Hopefully this all passes soon. So hang tough and hang in there.
We'll get through this together.
Before we go, Officer Potak and I would like to remind you,
chalk your walk. What we're doing with Chalk Your Walk is you can go outside and write an inspirational message, write a thank you, write an appreciation for anybody. It could be your parents, it could be your teachers, the police, any first responder, it could be people who are in the medical field, it could be truck drivers. Anybody you want to thank, you can do that. You can write pretty pictures. So when we're out getting our exercise with your family on your walk, you can see what people have put out there. It'll bring a smile to everybody's face.
And if you're doing your schoolwork on the computer and you're getting help from your mom and dad, make sure you thank them. Draw them a picture, say thanks Mom and Dad for everything that they do for you. And if your teachers are helping you while you're on the computer online to learn your lessons, mention them. Thank them for all their hard work, because this is just as hard for them as it is for you.
That's right. And something that we started today is called Flat Pat. So we went through the borough and we drew some flat pats in chalk. And what we're asking is when you're out for your walks with your family, you can find flat pat and take a picture with him. You can even write your name next to him, and that way we know that you were there visiting Flat Pat.
Flat Pat's based on a story written by Jeff Brown. And Flat Pat was a character. He got flattened, and now he felt that he was disabled almost because he was different from everybody else. But then he learned that being flat gave him opportunity, because now he could travel all over the world by mail in an envelope. He could slide under doors. He could go to different places and meet different people because he was flat. So what we're asking you to do is be part of this with Flat Pat. Come around, look around the borough. If you happen across a Flat Pat, get your picture taken, write a message, let us know that you were there. If we see your name there, we'll take a picture of it. But make sure that we know that you were there. Get a picture, get it onto the Facebook page with the Catasauqua Police Department, send it to Chief Kish, send it to Officer Potak, and we'll make sure that you're noticed. So thank you for being with us today on this beautiful day in the borough.
Bye guys, remember to wash your
Bye,
hands
wash
real
your hands
good.
real good.